Hi Twin Flames! Today's video is all about the top 10 reasons why you aren't in union, part 1, and also the solution to those reasons, because maybe you've been guilty of some of them or all of them, so I will also show you the way you can fix that in order to have what you desire in your heart. So let's begin. Reason number 1 why you aren't in Twin Flame union yet is that you haven't really decided to be in harmonious union with your twin flame and commit to doing the spiritual work to raise your vibration. So that's one reason. So if you haven't really decided that you desire to unite with your twin flame in harmony, then the universe can't bring this to you, right? The first stage of every manifestation is deciding, saying, oh, I want this. So that's what you have. If you don't decide that you want it, then of course it's not going to happen. Because we all have free will, so the universe won't give you something you don't want or something that you eventually will throw away because you weren't that sure. So that's very important. Like, you need to decide, do you want to be with your twin flame? Do you desire harmonious union? Because that's the first part of it. You need to decide. And your decision has power because as soon as you decide, the next step opens. It's not a small thing, deciding. It's actually huge. So the first part of this reason is deciding. Get clear. What do you want in your love life? Do you desire your twin flame in perfect harmony, growing eternally in love together? Or do you desire maybe to be single or to be with a soulmate or whatever? Like, get very clear about that. What fits your needs? And the second part of this reason is about commitment to doing the spiritual work that will get you there. So anyone who has been in union or harmonious union will tell you this, that you don't get there by accident one day. You really don't. It needs to be the result of very specific steps you take in order to manifest that. You don't just wake up and you're in union one day without doing anything about it, right? So it's committing to doing the spiritual work. It's committing to purifying your consciousness of anything that isn't in alignment with divine love. So that's one very important thing, right? Because if you aren't purifying your consciousness, then of course you aren't going to attract it because you're not a vibrational match to it. So commitment to doing your spiritual work will only give good results, right? It will never hurt you in any way because that's commitment with yourself, right? You're committing to your well-being. You're committing to improving all areas of your life. So there's no side effects or anything bad that can happen from that. It's only beneficial for you. Because by committing to doing the spiritual work, like for myself, right? Twin flame stuff aside, it helped me have better and healthier relationships with others, right? Putting more boundaries when needed. More self-respect, more self-confidence, actually living my life purpose instead of being stuck in a job I hate for however many years and hating my life. Like, it really helped me transcend a lot of situations and people that were not aligned with my highest interests. So, that's extremely beneficial no matter what. So committing to doing your spiritual work is very important on this journey for so many reasons. And as soon as you commit to it and you really get to it, then you will see huge results. Even like from the first mirror exercise, you'll feel the peace immediately. So yeah, that was reason number 1. So reason number 2 why you aren't in harmonious union with your twin flame is you do the spiritual work, but then believe it's hopeless and then you give up and you just stop instead of persisting no matter what. And like, that's also an important reason. Like, some people, I've seen it so many times with clients that were on their twin flame journey. They came to me like doing all the spiritual work super well, like absolute rock stars, But then one day they just stopped because they chose to believe that it was hopeless. And yeah, like, to give an example of how this sounds is like, you get up one day and you say that you really crave some cookies. Chocolate chip cookies, yum. And you get dressed, like you do your hair, like put on your jacket and you go out. And like, the bakery is like 3 blocks to the side from your house. So you walk the first block and you start thinking, like, what if they run out of cookies, right? And what if they haven't prepared another batch in time? And what if they just sold out their whole cookies for the day or maybe for the week. Like, what if there's a party that, ordered all their cookies and there's no cookies left? And, you just go to the second block, almost there to the bakery. And then you decide to go home because, like, they can't have any cookies. Like, it's a national holiday. Like, I don't know, any reason they might have sold out. So you go back home and no cookies for you. That's exactly what it sounds like because, like, you're on the way, you're really getting there, but then you just decide to give up. And it's important to be present with a little voice of ego because that's the voice of ego telling you to give up because it's hopeless, right? That's not the voice of love. Absolutely. Why would the voice of love take you away from what you desire? That's insane. But, like, you need to understand something about ego in order to be disciplined with it, is that its only purpose is to get you to believe in it. So it will shout, it will give like reasons that seem compelling and true, but they're actually not. So that's its only purpose. And the only purpose is for you to keep believing in it, and that's how it traps you in the same cycle of misery. So if you no longer desire the cycle of misery, you just say, no, F off, I'm done. And, you just don't listen to it anymore because there's really no reason why it should be hopeless, right? You know in your heart that you were created with a twin flame. You know in your heart that you desire to be together and you feel the love, right? It's not a lie. It's real and it's there for a reason. It's not there so you can just pine after your twin flame for lifetime after lifetime and not have them. That's insane. It's separation consciousness. Say no to it, kids. So, reason number 3 why you're not in twin flame union. You expect the spiritual work to create immediate results rather than having patience and trusting in the divine process. So this is another big one. Like, I see some people like, I did one mirror exercise. Where is my twin flame? And it's like, whoa, slow down. A lot of times we've been perpetuating these separation consciousness patterns lifetime after lifetime. So when you've invested so much energy and life force into them, you can't expect them to go away in an hour, right? The mirror exercise is great because it shows us how to resolve those very easily and very quickly compared to without it. And if you haven't tried the mirror exercise yet, what are you waiting for? I have a link in the description for that, so check that out. Yeah, and it's important to be patient with yourself and also trust in divine order, like not divine timing. It's not like you'll have your twin flame July 2050. It doesn't work this way. But there are some steps you need to take. There are some beliefs you must, unlearn. You can't still be investing heavily in separation consciousness and have harmony with your twin flame at the core. It's impossible. You couldn't do that. So, of course, you need to take some time to clear out those things. And you pick the pace. Like, if you get super support, like, I don't know, working with a coach once a week and Twin Flame Ascension School, you was a class a day, like, it's going to happen much faster for you than if you decide you want to, like, take some time, do it alone, and all that. So the more support you receive to heal this, the quicker your path will be. But still, even if it's slow for you, then that's okay, and you can still trust in the process. And yeah, like, one mirror exercise will help you, of course, but like, you're here already, why not commit to it and go all the way? There's no reason not to if that's what you desire in your heart. Don't settle for less. That's so important. So, reason number 4 why you're not in twin flame union is you think that divine timing means that God or the universe will do all your spiritual work for you. And yeah, instead of taking the steps by yourself that you need to take. So that's also a huge thing. A lot of people are like, I'll wait for my twin flame to break up with their karmic and then they can realize one day randomly that I'm the perfect person for them and we'll live happily ever after. Which, yeah, how would they do that if you are not purifying your consciousness, if you're holding on to, like, all these beliefs? Of course, like, the karmic manifested for a reason. It's not that your twin flame is being an ass, okay? Let's just get out of the way. They're mirroring something to you. And as long as you keep resisting healing what they're showing you, of course the karmic is still going to be there, It makes total sense. So if you want the karmic to go away, you do the inner work. And that doesn't mean wait, because if you wait, you'll wait for lifetimes and still no harmonious union, and, yeah, it doesn't work. You can't wait your way into harmonious union, like you can't blame your way into it, you can't manipulate your way into it. You definitely need to put in the work needed. And that's not only inner work, it's also taking the steps that you need to take. So, you ask God for guidance one day, and God is like, call your twin flame. And you're like, right, I'll just wait, divine timing and all. Thank you, God. And God is like, what? I just gave you this piece. you know. And I see a lot of people doing that actually, like ignoring their divine guidance and going into ego immediately after, like, oh, why should I call my twin flame? Well, you have the desire to do that, so, why ignore your desires? Why ignore your heart just because you want to hold a grudge with your twin flame? That's not very loving to yourself or them, And yeah, holding a grudge with your twin flame is not going to make them love you, actually. Believe it or not. Having forgiveness and still having unconditional love for them while they work through their shit, that's what will make them love you, Being compassionate with them, having love for them, having patience with them, even if they're acting like an idiot, Especially when they're acting like an idiot. Because it's easy to love someone that is, being nice. But it's not always easy to love someone that is maybe out there doing their own thing or, being mean maybe or being weird. Right? So that's a true test of character, it's the universe testing you, like, do you really want your twin flame? Even if they're acting this way, do you still hold this unconditional love for them? Or is it conditional? Are you going to be like, okay, I'm out as soon as they do something that you don't like? So yeah, that's very important. Like, God won't take the steps for you that you need to take. That's your responsibility because God is literally doing everything else, right? Orchestrating every part of your journey in such perfect detail, like the annoying waiter that dropped your food on you and you're full of noodles now. That was orchestrated because it's showing you an upset, it's showing you a block to your union, and everything was so perfectly orchestrated. And you just need to, maybe text your twin flame or call your twin flame or be like, hey, let's meet up, be bold with them when you need to be bold with them, right? So, yeah, there's some things that you need to do. It's a journey of co-creating with the divine. You're not helpless, you're not powerless. And if you're choosing to see yourself as helpless or powerless, that's what you're going to manifest with those situations. So take your power back and, call your twin flame if you feel guided to. Don't overthink it. So, reason number 5 why you aren't in union is that you insist you know how to have harmonious twin flame union when all the universe is showing you another way. So, very, very important as well, right? So, because a lot of people think that what they've been doing is working. So, I wanted you to take this opportunity right now to maybe pause this video, I don't know, maybe after it, and really take a look at your twin flame journey, honestly, and see, okay, what has been working and what has not been working, and be very honest with yourself. Even if it hurts, even if it's not pleasant. Just be very honest with yourself. What have you been doing that is working and what have you been doing that is not working? And, after you do that, awareness is great, but also then, take an action step, take it a step further. What has not been working? Okay, how can you stop doing that? Because it's very, very important. If something is not working, then it's not going to magically work the 1000th time you do it, right? So you definitely need to be honest with yourself. Is, blocking and unblocking your twin flame all the time working for you? Is it bringing you closer to harmonious union in any way? I don't think so. Or is watching, readings on YouTube for 5 hours every day and doing no inner work, is that helping? Like hearing the divine masculines coming home like 10 times in a day, but then they never come home? I don't think that's helping either, So it's very important to be honest with what has been working and what hasn't been working. And what hasn't been working, just let it go. It's not helpful. If that's what you desire, if, your desire is harmonious union, then of course you need to let go of what isn't working. It's okay. It's a small sacrifice to make, honestly, and you'll feel much better after you do it, because then, like, you'll be kicking ass on your journey and you'll be like, hey, nice. This will grow your confidence. It will be great because it matures you spiritually to, maybe make those mistakes, but then fix them, all by yourself, because, you have the insight. You can tell, like, what's working, what's not working. You have the intelligence for it, so why not, you know? So, yeah, it's very important to also have good guidance. Like, if there's any spiritual teachers that you've been listening to that are actually taking you deeper into separation or in circles, then yeah, I would advise you to not listen to them anymore, because, like, it's not helpful. Okay, and yeah, sure, like, the content might be entertaining and everything, but is it really helping you? That's what you need to get clear on and be very honest with yourself about. And if you aren't still sure what teaching to follow or what works for your journey to harmonious twin flame union, then reach out to me. I have a link for a free consultation in the description. Then we can meet up, for 15 minutes and come up with an action plan that works for you and your twin flame journey. So it's very important to have the right support, and I'll be happy to support you on your journey. So this was part 1 of the top 10 reasons why you aren't in union. I will see you in the next video next week for the rest of the 5 reasons and their solutions. Take care, enjoy your day.